Good evening. It is about 7:55, 5 minutes to the 8 o'clock hour here on the East Coast. I'm your host, Miss Kosh Taylor, aka Miss Go, for the Get It Back in Blood podcast. Don't forget to like. I see you download. Thank you for downloading it. I appreciate the downloads. Make sure you like and share it as well. Check this shit out. I'm still scrolling down. And, I do want to be clear about where I stand on certain things. I see that a lot of you adults, you picked your monsters. Okay? Someone told you to pick a monster somewhere. You picked a monster. You chose child murdering monsters like Freddy Krueger. You chose It the Clown, like I keep stating. And I keep reporting it. But I'm going to choose a motherfucker like Jeffrey Dahmer for one. Jason don't like nobody kill the kids, bitch. And of course the Crypt Keeper, bitch. No, it's not always me. Everybody has a monster. And I have a copycat that's totally opposite. And I keep telling you, anybody opposite of me is very, very, very dangerous. Very scary. Very dangerous. Let me tell you why I would choose Jeffrey Dahmer. The situation I'm in and some women are in where they're totally, completely down like that and something happened to their kids, that is that's a down low homosexual situation. And as I stated, and I wrote this to the U.S. Justice Department as well, these men and their lesbian, their gay lovers have taken over society. Even though they're not out, the other person's out. But they don't never get mad at the drag queen or the gay guy that's outing them. They always get mad at the women that is affected by their actions, and they are killing them. So I will put Jeffrey Dahmer in the motherfucking game, bitch. The right way, of course. That don't mean go kill my gay cousin, because, we ain't collab on that just yet. See, I know that your fight is total opposite of my fight. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. I understand that my condition is not based off another bitch. And if she thinking that that's off her, she's crazy than a motherfucker. To sit that motherfucking high as a fucking woman, period. That's about that bruh love. I keep telling you that when they're asking you to do certain things, some of the young women around me, I'll speak for that small sample size, because I'm not that large of a speaker for you to have heard what I've told young women privately. When they start asking you to do things, know how to say no. At first they talked, many years ago, the same people came to me about being in a lesbian relationship. And I said, no, that's not my lifestyle. I want to get married. I want to have children. But that wasn't a thing to tell them, though. But I didn't know that they were a hard down cult like they are. I'm like, just don't be pressuring me about shit like that. No, I don't live that lifestyle. Even if I do mess around with a girl or something like that, that's not my lifestyle. So they all started being lesbians with these guys, and so, now they've come back and they were like, okay, poly relationships, ain't no sex, poly relationships, somebody told me no. I was like, well, it seems like everybody's happy in a relationship, and I want to try it. So you try it, but that doesn't make it your lifestyle. Now, all of a sudden, you're in a sodomite situation. And on the other hand, the other people is in a very dangerous cult situation because they decided to go along with being in a polygamous relationship. then you're subject to the down low lifestyle. Anytime that you're single and you're trying to find a man that's right for you as a single heterosexual woman, you risk that on a daily basis, especially in the black and minority communities, which is why I say we were limiting ourselves for just staying with the minority community. Because they're not going to be honest, and they so spoiled and entitled as men that they feel like they can take our lives and our kids' lives. So that's why I say I will put Jeffrey Dahmer in the game, bitch. I don't understand why you would choose It the Clown over Jeffrey Dahmer, bitch. They had become, it started hitting the news. I mean, they started killing women left and right in the middle of the trans movement. This is a movement about transsexuals. This is supposed to be the transsexual movement. And I'm telling you, I have the child civil rights movement. I have reached out to your leader at the transsexual movement, Miss Maddie Hinton, more than once to ask her to pull you the fuck out of my child civil rights movement, doing all kinds of ungodly ass shit to children several times. She want to compete where she should not be competing. Hard than a motherfucker and disrespectful. And arrogant. I have never seen a drag queen so fucking arrogant at women. I've never seen that. We have asked her here at the Child Civil Rights Movement to pull them people out here with that gay stuff. Because not only are they coming around forcing their lifestyle on the children, they're putting them in situations where they're getting hurt, raped, beat on, and treated as if they're in a domestic violence situation already from the ages of 0 to 11 years old. But I can't 100% blame that on the transsexual movements because of these motherfuckers is down low. They down low, or they're gay, and they have a nasty, arrogant attitude towards women who are able to produce children through childbirth. At least up here in South Carolina, that's how it's going on. So I reached out her because she is to her because she is the leader of the gay, a leader in the gay community. Child, that bitch gave me her ass to kiss and said, "I don't see you," type shit. She got me fighting with lingo. I have to constantly say children or children because the gays coined themselves the kids. You know what I'm saying? So I have to constantly fight around the gay lingo to get you to understand that we're talking about children 0 to 11 years old. Wherever sexual identification, that's between them and their parents. But as for the main child civil rights movement, no gender or no sexual orientation needs to be forced on any children. Especially at the age of 0 to 11 years old. They violent and they hostile and they disrespectful. As I said, I did go ask them to look into because we have missing children, and like I told you yesterday over this podcast, there are 200 children that have acquired the HIV virus, the human immunovirus. And if our kids are not home, or and these people are using gay legislature, because they're not just the what was it at first? LGBT community. They added the LGBTQIA. Asexuals didn't actually be put in that. We don't need to be put in that. The Q stands for the quadrisexual. The I stands for incestuous. So they have quadrisexuals who are people who have sex with animals or anything, and they're attracted to any and everybody. So that leaves room for pedophile activity in the quadrisexual portion of the community. That is too much margin of error for me. Animals and children. Bitch stole my kid and then they stole my dog. You know what I'm saying? I know that there are cults around, and I know that animals do get taken for cult sacrifices and stuff like that. But there's also the quadrisexual community who have not made themselves clear as the pansexual communities as to what the fuck they're doing and what the fuck. You don't need a quadrisexual if you have a pansexual community, right? To me that makes sense. With a name as strong as King, a name like Joseph, or a name like a Timothy or something like that, that does ring to be adults. So we asked them to make sure these adults were not adding, because we kind of lost a lot of parental control without losing it lawfully, and trying to figure out how we can gain that back. So we were asking them to look into civil unions where adults may have been marrying our 0 to 11-year-old children. Domestic violence. They're making it seem as though it's lawful for them to have our children at undisclosed locations. I'm telling you the truth. So I'm trying to figure out, why the fuck will we have children to give to you in the quadrisexual and pedophile community? I'm asking law enforcement and the judicial system as to why the fuck did you make that lawful for grown-ups to have civil unions with little 0 to 11-year-old children? How is it that they can acquire a lawyer? Quadro and incestuous. You know what incest is? Incest is when you're with your brother. When you're a sister and a brother, or two first cousins, or the mother and the son, the father and the daughter, or father and the son. Stuff like that. That's incestuous. I never identified as LGBT. But see, I blame myself, just like I know it's the other women sitting here blaming their motherfucking self because they accepted gay people into their lives and their kids' life. Baby, we regret that motherfucking shit, bitch. Baby, I should have never, ever, ever, ever befriended or let you remain my motherfucking friend or anywhere the fuck near me as a gay. Invite you up to the hospital to see my motherfucking child, bitch, and you the bitch. I'm telling you, especially women that are, I am definitely not the only parent. Oh, believe me, I am not the only parent, bitch, that you have done this to. I so regret that shit because I didn't see that coming. I never seen these people hurt children that are out here actively hurting children. I've never seen them do that. So it may have crossed my mind a long time ago. And I'm like, yeah, they won't do that. I have never seen them harm any children. You need to understand what the fuck I'm saying. You're saying you've been around these people for umpteen years and all that shit. Like, them bitches knew exactly what to do in front of me. Just like when they would be with you, bitch, and I wouldn't be around, they didn't want you to know that want you to know that I was their friend and XYZ. That's the same shit they did with their habits of hurting people's children, bitch. Rest on that. I'll be back for another segment of the podcast. I'm Miss Go.